Professor Joe over here.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on? We're gonna kind of revisit a video we did a while ago. We're gonna talk about wrestling pressure or just pressure in general from like the guard position, kind of how we deal with it. I'll go through a couple of different variables and variants on it, but it's all fairly similar no matter how they grab. We're going to use the same exact ideas on how to release that pressure anyhow. So like the very first idea here, right, is like we can talk about the really common, like the forearm across the throat idea here.
Yeah.
So if I don't do anything to control somebody's hips, I'm going to be in trouble no matter what, right? So if someone's coming forward, I want to be able to lock my hips. If someone's going back, I don't want to just let them go back. I want to connect. So anytime I feel forward pressure, I don't want to just let my knees freely go up. Yeah, you're going to let them stand up, and you're gonna have like really put a lot of strain on your back. So even if he does stand up and he starts tripoding here, I just want to keep this. I want to keep this hand in the middle, just in case. Yeah, just in case he tried to punch me or something. So all I have to do is I'm just going to allow this to come in here. And so now the real key to this is, right, is I want to start with the choke. Right? So if his back and his hips are parallel to the floor, I'll be very, very gentle. I can choke him here. If he turns his hips, I can't choke him. So we start with the choke to force him to turn his hips, and that's where I'm going to get the sweep. If I try to make the hook, right, I think this is really, you see this a lot in MMA all the time as well, where people try to make that hook when the person's hips are like still just parallel to the floor, and they get past in the half guard constantly. Because it's not a time to do it, because your hook doesn't work that way. Your hook only works at an angle. Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah.
And it's a good just underlying principle. So like, see if I'm here like this, and
I try to make the hook.
Yeah, see how like it's just gonna be really, really tough.
It's too heavy because of the base.
Absolutely, man. But it forces me to turn that, because you see, like this pressure right here, you're gonna choke me out unless I turn the foot right there.
Nice.
And so this, like, the same exact idea works whether we're talking about, right? He could almost have like a head and arm choke on me. It could be like one way that you see.
Oh, like you see with the shoulder?
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
It's the same exact idea. As long as I can connect, I would probably connect here just to take a little bit of the pressure off my neck. If I came this way, I can get to that other side. If the only difference in the variation would be if he came here, and I would say he kind of has an arm triangle choke, but he has it without the arm and ring. Some people are really tight here.
Yeah.
And so this can be enough, but see, if someone's squeezing tight right here, it's still very difficult to get these hands involved, right? So the only thing I do differently, as opposed to keeping steady pressure, see, I pray, and I juggle. Oh, sorry, man. Sorry, dude. And I juggle my hips, so I bounce them. So then it's really hard to keep that steady pressure on the neck, right? Because if I just push, people can adjust and hold tight.
I think we gotta explain that one.
Oh,
Yeah. What do you call it? Jiggle?
And juggle.
It used to be, we used to call it a juice bar.
Oh, I was wondering if you was going to bring that.
Hey, it was a family establishment. It was 18 and over. I actually never went to it. But it was a juice bar.
I plead the fifth on that one.
It was non-alcoholic. But when you jiggle, it's kind of a weird thing to think about. You disrupt the computer.
Yep.
Because like when we push and pull, like we do it in trapping a lot, you don't know which way to correct it.
Yeah.
If it's like, if it's one, like we always do this in the guard, like you're supposed to in the guard. Like if I'm passing, you know, like people make this mistake, and you see it all the time. They just dig in with the elbow.
Yep.
And they like commit 100%. Yep. Well, now he knows which way to resist.
Yeah.
So like if it's steady pressure, even my arm, like he might be able to keep his legs together. I'll try to do a bad one.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Right? But now I get up, I got a bigger guy, I can't open the leg. If you shake it,
it's a lot harder.
it's tremendously harder to deal with.
A lot harder.
Because you don't know to push the leg and pull the leg. I've never seen you do this as well. I don't try to tripod and shoulder choke.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good mechanic.
And so like we just kind of bring the hands, like, I don't call it praying, because praying is kind of like this, and what happens here is the elbows flare. So actually, I haven't done this in a while, but I usually say looking at the cards, because look what happens here, when I come here, see how the elbows come in. And so it's a lot easier to find that midline when I'm here, it's a little bit more resistance. And so, you know, like Hickson does this, like when he does the double ankle sweep, he doesn't just push, he jiggles, he shakes it, right? And so it's a good mechanic pretty much everywhere. Yeah. And so we just have to get accustomed to like looking at where the pressure is. We don't want to let him dictate the hips. I want to be here, and I want to elbows in by coming this way. So see if I find this line, and see how, that's what I would do is I would cup right here like this, and I would come here, and I would try, sometimes what I like to think about too is if I want to make this leg heavy right here like this, I can start scissoring this way, and I want to turn his chin to make it really, really tough for him to be offensive here, right? It makes, and what it does is it twists you. Yeah, it makes it very hard.
It's just like a clinch.
Yep, 100%.
Twist their chin over.
So those are just three options, but the underlying theme is don't let people back up free. Don't let people push forward free. Learn how to connect with your hips, and you won't be in that situation half as much and not have to deal with that in the first place.
Yeah. But even when they get there, it's relatively easy.
For sure.
It's like they're so exposed, they don't have a jiu-jitsu mindset.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
But it can be tough. You never deal with it, and the wrestler comes into the academy and they start giving pressure. Yeah.
For sure.
But later you're like, man, forward momentum.
Yeah, man. And I remember this brings a cool point. I remember watching this. There was a video out there of this guy, and he was good, and he was a black belt, and he was rolling with the mountain from Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, I knew.
And he got, I mean, he couldn't tap him. He ended up tapping him from the pressure. And what I was always taught was that, like, when you have somebody like that sort of size discrepancy, if you don't have a background in self-defense, you're not using jiu-jitsu. You're just gonna get jacked up. Yeah. So, like, your first responsibility is learning how to offset that weight, how to like keep that distance so the pressure doesn't work. Sometimes maybe it takes 10 minutes for them to crumble and for you to find an opening for it to work. But you have to be able to keep yourself safe for that 10 minutes, or you're just going to get demolished, and your jiu-jitsu is not going to hold up the pressure. So these are like things that help you kind of learn how to do that too.
That's why I always rolled the biggest guy in the gym.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like when we were traveling.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's a big dude.
That guy.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's true.
I just want to see,
for sure.
Like, oh, can you break my posture?
For sure, man.
You know, can you put the shoulder justice on me and crossbody or whatever?
Yeah.
I think this is fun. I mean, what the worst thing you can do is just tap
out. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
No, I wasn't doing a move on you. Yeah, but you're 400 pounds.
Well, and it's because that's the whole thing is we look. I remember watching I know it's a tough situation. I remember watching guys rolling with like Shaquille O'Neal, and they had like 3 black belts that got tapped out by him because they were trying to do like inverted things and trying to do like a closed guard idea when this guy's 7'2".
Yeah.
And you've got like 420 pounds on you.
Jeez.
You've got to put those braces on. If you're not putting those braces and creating space where you're somewhat able to counteract that weight and that pressure, if you don't have those tools, man, you're gonna get your butt kicked for sure.
Yeah, and then you just nothing but doubt, man. Does jiu-jitsu work? Oh man, I thought it was this great size equalizer.
Hell, man. There wasn't a lot. What happened when guys tried to go toe to toe with George Foreman? They got knocked out, man. What happens when someone used speed, angles, and and cardio?
Yeah.
You couldn't catch up to him, right?
Yeah.
So you don't want to fight like an unequal battle.
Yeah.
You want to put yourself in the best position to preserve yourself and give yourself a chance 10 minutes later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome, man.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. It's good.
Well, we filmed that video I think a year or two ago, but we forgot to add audio. So this time.
And I think I think we went over 2 or 3 other ones too than just the original.
Yeah, I think we only had done the forearm pressure from the tripod before. So. Anyway, thanks for watching, boys. If you guys have any requests, please let us know.
Love to hear it.
Man, we're always finding interesting questions in the comment section. So please like and subscribe, leave a comment below, and we'll be back on Friday with some more boxing, I believe.
Awesome.
We'll see you then. Warriors out.